Hello, guys. A very warm welcome to you all. Uh, a very warm welcome to Unacademy. Let's crack it. So today, this is Waseem here. I'm going to tell you about, you know, commerce. Basically, why this channel has been set up. So especially, I'm going to discuss the main topics about the commerce, why commerce is important, what commerce is all about. Okay. So take a deep breath and be open to learn and let's crack it. Now, what are we going to crack? Most of them think that a business study is a topic which doesn't come in your brain soon, and there are set of people who also think that this is a topic wherein you don't need to put much hard work, but this is a part of your commerce because. If you understand the commerce itself, because in our days business study used to be called as a commerce, but now they call it as a business studies. Okay, when we used to learn, right? This is how it used to happen. This is a very easy subject, guys, and it is not only to score. I'm not asking you guys only to score 100% in it, but please try to implement these all things in your life. Okay, whatever is being taught to you, whatever you inculcate, and develop the same qualities and implement in your life. That's what the intention of this class or my sessions. My name is Waseem again. Okay. I have around ample years of experience in the field of teaching. I have worked in multiple companies as well, and I have trained many corporates as well. Okay, now I am here to train my beloved students. Okay, and be open for everything, for any questions, any class, any silly question. Also, you can go ahead and ask me. Okay, so give me some time. If I don't know certain things, I may get back to you. Okay, because see, I don't want to give you a false information, right? Which can hinder your studies. Okay, now coming back to the topic. So let's start business studies. In simple, I'm already aware that I think what I'm thinking right now is you guys would have crossed your 11th and you understand what is business. You might know that what is business. What is a proprietorship, what is a Hindu undivided family, what is a company, what is a joint stock company, and all those things. I presume that you guys know about it. Okay, now what I'm going to start is your first chapter, which is a very and easy to understand and and start it. Okay, and see guys, this is a chapter which is applicable in every individual's life. Okay, which is that, guys? Yes, that is management. Okay, let me go to 1 second, guys. Guys, there's some technical glitch here. I think I'm finding it little difficult to pop this PPT on. Give me one moment, guys. I'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Hide the audio and video.
Yes, I've done it. It's locked, right?
It's videos. When your video is on, just hide it.
Video capture, it's locked actually.
Click on the eye icon.
Yes. Hi guys, sorry about it. I think we are here. Okay. So from the beginning, this is your first chapter, which is nothing but the significance and a nature and significance of management. Guys, first let's try to understand what is management is, right? See, I just want to ask you one silly question, which says one very simple, very general question, which can say that, what do you think, why most of the companies are more successful these days? Be it in any industry, there are so many companies, right? There are top 50 companies, there are Fortune 500 companies. Okay, let's take an example of an Indian companies. We have, Infosys in software, we have Tata, Birla, they are in many sectors, like whether it's in the construction, in the steel, take JSW in the steel. So why they are successful? Okay, even if you take the international companies as well, Facebook or HP or Google. Okay. Any guess, guys? It is all because of a good management. Okay. If it is all and only because of a good management. If management is good, then a company will do good. If management has certain concerns, certain issues which we will go ahead and understand in the future, okay, then there will be a problem in an organization. You might have seen many news about the companies which are shut down easily, which has shut down within a month after starting, okay, due to certain reasons, because one director will not like other director, or maybe one process is not liked by the other process guy or a process expert. So due to multiple reasons, the companies would have shut down. What does it mean? It ultimately means the management. The management consists of many things. In simple, if I say you the spelling is okay. Let me give a small anecdote. My lecturer, one of my lecturer used to say, man of a different age can mend it, but that's something not related. But for the management, what I can say, managing a men and things, okay, in simple terms, just to make you understand. When you understand managing things and men, in a company, then a company will automatically grow. Okay, that is the main motive of a management. So in future, in our proceedings, we will understand what is management thoroughly, what are the importance of management, characteristics of management, what is the nature of management, why management is important. And this is not only for your examination, guys. This you need to, if you adopt these all things in your life, if you are able to manage your life properly, I think there will be a proper balance in your life as well. For example, okay, let me give an example of a guy who is who is married and who is also working, whose wife is also working, who needs to take care of their kids. If he doesn't manages his work, his personal life, and what would be the repercussion? The repercussion would be the complete imbalance in his life. So in order to have that proper work life balance, you need to manage your life as well. So there also management is required. So let's understand and correlate these all things in terms of your your studies and what you are going to write it in exams and all those things. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Okay, so there are many things which says about it. Okay, this is just a definitions which has been given by the great authors and all. A management, they say it as a process of getting things done with the aim to achieve the goals effectively and efficiently. So if you are not able to manage your goals properly, okay, then what is the use of running a company? So the aim of a company is what? The aim of a company is to the aim could be a different thing. Ultimately every company has one aim, to earn profit, but there are some companies which also what do you say, come into a market. For example, in the initial stage, Reliance came into the market to penetrate into the market. Remember that 500 rupees mobile, okay, which captured the entire mobile industry. And now if you see the Jio, okay, Jio, Reliance Jio, even they are giving a free data and all those things, right? So every company has a different objectives to do that. So what is a management? Basically, management is a process of getting things done with the aim of achieving goals. We will discuss this effectively and efficiently separately later. Okay, so this is about a management, and there are multiple things which there are multiple definitions which has been given by different author, right? They call it as a management is distinct process. What do you mean by distinct? A distinct is something which is an easy process. It's an easy process which has your planning, which has organizing, which has activating, okay, and controlling. And when I say activating, which is nothing but your operational part, which is performed to determine the accomplished, and accomplish the objectives. Okay, and these are the definitions which are useful for you. This can come to the 2 marks, 3 marks questions in your examinations. Okay, this is about a management. Okay, let me draw some examples. Okay, you might have there are many companies currently. Okay, like let's take an Infosys. Like Infosys, why they are on the top? They are even in the worldwide. They are globally present. They are doing very well in in software industry. They are top rated in India. Not only in India, even in US market also they are doing really good. So the only reason is because of their good management and their ethics, their compliance, and all those stuff which Narayan Murthy has put down. Okay, that is about a management. Now let's move forward and understand. Okay, let's move forward and understand the word effectiveness and efficiency. See guys, if you can see on the board, it's easily described on the board. what is effectiveness and efficiency? The difference of effectiveness and efficiency. Just concentrate on two things here. In effectiveness, concentrate on T, and in efficiency, concentrate on C. When I say T, T for time, okay, and when I say C, C for cost, okay. So you have this muhavra in Hindi, right? Sasta sundar tikao mazboot, mazboot sundar sasta tikao, something similar to this. So when I say you the effectiveness, the meaning would be the completion of a task on time. Okay, the time is most important. And when in efficiency part, the completion of task is important, but with the minimum cost and with no wastage at all. Right? Everyone needs that, guys. Right? I want to get it done. For example, if I want to go to the market, I need a product, whether it's a pen, whether it's a mobile or anything. I need a quality, okay, with the low cost as well. That is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. Okay, what effectiveness concerns with achieving of end result. Okay, but in efficiency, these are the differences what I am trying to tell you. It is nothing but utilizing the maximum resources and getting utilizing the minimum resources and getting maximum benefit. Okay, getting it, guys? I want to utilize very less, with a low cost, with a budget में अच्छा चाहिए. For example, I want to construct a 2 BHK house. I want the quality as well, but with a low cost as well, and my interior has to be superb. Getting it? Somewhat similar to that. Getting it? And producing a target production on time is a part of the effectiveness. You might have heard about the time management with the Japanese companies came up, to finish the completion of the task on time, right? They want to, they were effective enough to complete the immediate thing on time, to complete whether it's a production, whether it's a manufacturing, they have to finish it on time. Getting it? And here the target production with a minimum cost. That is again very much similar to it. And here the quality of end product and its completion within the given time. Here everything is related to time, here everything is related to the cost. So ultimately what I want to say you guys is, understand this concept. Sasta sundar mazboot tika. This is the main, if you understand this, I think this part is clear for your examination. Understand this, and you guys can solve the business study cases with understanding this. Okay, what was the main a thing when the Reliance introduced in the market with the 500 rupees? Every Tom, Dick and Harry wanted to purchase a mobile. He wanted to purchase a mobile, but he was not affordable. It was not affordable for him to purchase a huge mobiles, Nokia mobile those days, with a high incoming and outgoing cost. So suddenly when the Reliance came in and introduced it within a 500, and that was a buzz and that was a boom into the market, and everyone started purchasing mobile. Everyone were able to get the mobile in the pockets, right? So these are all things in a lower cost and high quality. Okay, that's a different thing. Okay, so moving forward, okay, what would be your next thing is okay. We will understand, okay, the characteristics or the features of a management. Okay, what are the characteristics and the features of management? One second, guys. Okay. Okay, so let's understand the characteristics of a management. I hope that you have understood what is being told till now. Okay, the concept of the management. Now going forward, we will understand the characteristics of the management. Okay. The first characteristics of a management is what, guys? It's a goal-oriented process. It is very simple, right? For any organization, whatever we have one goal. For example, if a UPSC aspirant, is studying hard for 8 to 9 days in an hour, what is his goal? To crack the UPSC, right? So in a similar way, this management also, it has an aim. It is goal oriented. It's a goal. Without goal, no one runs the company. You can be it in any field, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a software company or a manufacturing company, or any sort of a company as it is, they will have some certain amount of a goal. Any organization has a set of basic roles, which are the basic reasons for their existence. What is the basic reason for any company to exist into the market? Which is a profit. If they are not making out of a profit, then definitely what they'll shut down the business and they're out of the market. And there are certain things, even they need to adopt the changes as well. If they are not able to adopt the changes, then also they will shut down the business, right? For example, I can tell you about the Nokia mobiles. Remember, earlier we used to have the 6600, 2200. I'm not aware of the series, but we had what happened in those era. There was a boom in the Nokia industry, but suddenly Samsung came up. They came up with a new strategy, Android, right? Android was such a boom those days, and everyone started using the Android phone. And why? Because it was easy to access. They were able to hit the target market at the right time. Okay, but at the same time, Nokia was not able to do it, and due to certain reason, they collapsed it. Okay, at those time, that could be the aim of any product-based industry. Okay. So in the management, the goal, when I say the goal has to be simple and clearly stated. What happens if the company runs without, an unclear goal? Anything, whether it's a company, okay. For example, I will give you one best example. You guys are the students, right? If you guys want to plan a trip, you guys planned a trip to go to Munnar, and Munnar is somewhat related to couples. Okay, for trekking, if you guys wanted to go to Kerala, where maybe Kerala or Bangalore or anywhere you want to go to now you guys have planned to go for a trekking. You want to trek a hill. Okay, you have that target in it, and the target is very confusing. For example, someone has to bring a rope, someone has to pack up for the food, and someone has to take care about the travel, and someone needs to put in a petrol in it. We have certain goals, and goals has been segregated among each sectors. We have decided, right? We have segregated our goals into goals to the different people. That goals are very clear. That's what it means. There has to be a clear cut and a simple a goal, clearly stated goal has to be given. Okay, and it has to be a realistic. Certain times the goal should not be somewhat like you want to set up a company, you want to be a successful in a company, and you are not putting that much of a hard work, and the strategies which you are getting into the industry is pathetic. It's all irrelevant, right? The goal has to be there. Now, for an example, what would be the goal of a retail industry, for example? Okay, take a retail industry like Hindustan Unilever or anything. Their goal should be to increase the sales. If they are not, for an example, Head and Shoulder, okay, a shampoo packet, if they are not able to increase the sales of those particular product, then what will happen? It's of no use manufacturing that product. So the lore has to be clear. Even in those, um, NGOs kind of an industries. Okay, what would be the aim of an NGO? NGO is nothing but your non-profit organization, right? Yeah. They want to help some underprivileged person. If the goal is not meeting to help those underprivileged person, then it is of no use. It's better to close that NGO. It is goal oriented. Getting it, guys? This is one of the characteristics of a management. Okay, the next one is what? The next one is pervasive. What do you mean by pervasive? Pervasive is nothing but universal. Getting it? Universally applied. Management is something which is universally applied. See, even you can manage your home, you have to manage your company, you have to manage your hospitals, you have to manage a medical shop, you have to, even a small petty trader who sells a mango in a day has to manage his business. Okay, that's how it is. Now here what I'm saying, it's all pervasive. Pervasive is nothing but it is universally accepted and universally has to apply these all strategies when they are starting up a company. Getting it? A petrol pump has need to manage, a hospital has to be managed, a school has to be managed, every damn thing in this earth has to be managed. I'm sorry I'm using this word. So, but everything, whether it is a life or your personal life or whether it's your social life, anything you say, whether it's a company, it has to be managed. So, getting it? This is about it's a universal, a phenomena which has been developed and it is pervasive in nature basically. So, one more example I want to draw you. See, in this current world, in this current era, the entire universe has become a global village, right? Entire universe has become a global village. Even if you want to talk to US right now, you can chat due to the internet or internet things products. You can chat, you can have a call, you can do anything, right? So this is all because of that is a phenomenon which I am trying to explain you. What you are doing job in US and Germany, the same job is being done here also in India. Getting it? You're also doing the same job. For example, a software engineer, what initial job he does it in US or Germany or Japan, the same thing has to be done. Every management has to be done. For the same principles, same techniques will be given or taught, or same strategies kind of things will be applied in all the regions. It is a universally accepted phenomena basically. Whether there is a difference in nature, whether it is a difference in culture, but what is the applicability of those techniques will be the same. That's what I mean about pervasive, a universally accepted phenomena. Okay. Now the next characteristics of this is multidimensional. Okay. What is what do you meaning of multiple? One or it has a 2-3 dimensions. What is that? That is nothing but one is management of work. Okay. Another one is what? Another one is management of people. Okay. Another one is management of operations, or I can call it as an activities, management of activities. See, when I say a multiple dimension characteristics, it has 3 things. Management of work. See, all the organization exists for the performance of some work, right? Whether any kind of industry, whether it's an NGO, hospital, same example I can give you. Every organization exists in this industry to perform some kind of a work. Whether it is in a factory, a product is manufactured in a garment, okay, a customer whether your patient is getting treated in the hospital. Okay, those all things. A work that has one part of a dimension, work, and the next dimension it is one. The one dimension is your work. The second dimension is your people. See, human resource is something in an organization which the replacement would be a tough. You might have heard in every organization we have one department called as an HR department, right? Which is nothing but the human resource department. So this is a department who helps to run that a particular process of a management. If people are not there, we will not be able to run a business. What all it consists of? It can consist of, it implies the dealing with employees as an individual, with diverse needs and behavior. For example, in an organization you have multiple type of people. Let's take an example of a global company. In a global company like a Google or a Facebook, you have people from all over the world, whether it's an Asian, whether it's an American or a Canadian, or Egypt, whether it's from a Middle East, anywhere for that matter. So it is a duty of a human resource department to manage everything, right? To every human, right? Because everyone has the different culture. Now Middle East guys have their own culture, Americans have their Western culture, Indians, we Asians have their different culture at all. Okay, so to understand the behaviors and needs and help them to achieve the organization goal. Okay, that is one thing. Then second one, it means that dealing with individual with a different group of people. Okay, currently in a global organization, what happens is you got to deal with all type of all type of people. Now we have whether it's there are some people who come from specific communities. There are some people who come come from a background wherein very stereotyped by backgrounds, and there are some group of people who are very much open, right? Similar to that, so everyone we got to deal with a different type of a people here. That is about the management. So a management of people is very important. Okay, one more thing what I want to just an example related to this. For an example, you are working in some company, okay, and your manager says that please do this work. Now, if you are not able to do that particular work effectively or efficiently, so what would be the two reasons? The two reasons would be either you don't know how to do work, okay, or you don't want to do work. These are the two reasons. Now, the answer for this is, if you don't know to do the work, the human resource department can train you to how to do the work. They can give you the particular training for 8 hours in a week, or whatever the training is scheduled for. They can train you and ask you to do the work. But what would be the issue if you don't want to do the work? Then it's a behavioral issue, right? It's an attitude. What in an attitude you do? I just don't want to do the work. Then do you think the people, the HR will keep you in an organization? They have to deal with these kind of people as well. Getting it? So dealing with the different kind of people, in a management, that is also a part of your management, in that dimension. So one is work, another one is people. Then next one, what I said, operations. You can call it as an activity. For an example, a process. Okay. In a IT enabled services, what is a process to make the payment to the vendor? Okay, a process. When I say a production, operations, the activities, what and all you have to do, how you have to do all these things. For example, invoice comes in, invoice has to be scanned, invoice has to be updated, invoice has to be paid on time within due date. Okay, that is a process, an operational activity. For example, in a production cycle. Okay, in between, just a small point. I just want to tell you what would be the difference between production and operations, guys. Okay, the difference is production is related to your manufacturing part, right? If you want to manufacture, anything for that, any hardware, whether it's a bucket or a computer hardware or anything. But when it's come to the operations are particularly related to the services, like your life insurance, your service industry, you know, anything related to like banking, insurance, what else? Brokerage, trading, and all those things. Okay, so this is nothing but operations, productions, activities, both are same. Okay, so these are the three dimensions of characteristics of multiple dimensional characteristics. Okay, now moving on further, the next one is a management is what, guys? A management is continuous process. Okay, now when I say a management is a continuous process, means what? The process of management is a series of continuous composite but with a separate functions. For example, we have 4 departments in one company. Okay, let's not take that example. Let's take an example. We have 4 directors in a management. One director will take care of, human resource. Another director will take care of the production part. The third director will take care of the sales and marketing, and fourth will take care of finance, your accounting part. So, and with the separate functional activity, it is a continuous process. These functions are simultaneously performed by all those managers, all those directors. It is a continuous process. If you stop in it, the company will not run. Getting it? Like for example, early morning, if I am a manager, of some software company, what is my early morning duty? I need to check out, see, okay, what was the project is all about, development of one software, whether the software has been developed in the particular, what is the stage, he will ask his supervisor will get this all things from his team lead, and they ultimately drop down to the end person, say a software engineer who are coding into the system. Getting it? So it's a continuous process with a separate functions. Similarly, what would be the separate functions here? What are the separate functions in a managements, which I will tell you in detail in the later, which is nothing but the planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. These are the separate processes. Okay, so we will deal these with separately, but just for time being, understand it is management is a continuous process. Okay, if you stop in this, then the management doesn't run. You might have seen the examples now, guys. One CEO comes in for 5 years and he goes off, but still the company keeps running, right? Company is not dependent about on a CEO or CFO, because the management has sat there. There is a management, a board of directors who has appointed the CEO, and if CEO suddenly, due to certain reasons, if the CEO goes from the company, the impact would be not that great. Okay, some shares and all things may, rate may come up, but the company will run, right? So it's a continuous process. Management doesn't have that full stop in it. Okay, coming to the next objective is what? Coming to the next objective is anything. Okay, let me try to give you anything in the continuous process. Just want to, same example. A company runs with 4 departments. Easy example, guys. A company runs with your 4 departments: marketing, your sales and marketing, your finance, your production, and your HR, human resource. If these 4, because together everyone achieves, as a team, and try to achieve the company's goal, which has been decided. Okay, now moving on further, a group activity. What is a group activity basically? an organization is a collection of a diverse individual with the different needs, because everyone has their own need. For example, as a fresher, a company joins in, his need will be initially to get to get into the job and finish his job for to start up his job at the initial part. But the same won't be there with the 5-year experienced guy. He will expect something else. And the same won't be there with the 15 or 17 years guy. He want a designation along with the perks, bonuses, all benefits. Getting it? So different group of people join the organizations, and they will lead the organization, and every member of this group has a different purpose for a joining, right? But as an objective to achieve the organization goals, they work collaboratively, okay, with each other to fulfill the common goal of an organization. They work collaboratively to fulfill their common common goal. I'm sorry, the words are going here and there. Please excuse me for that. Okay, so but I hope you understand. You are getting those points which I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So the next one is what? A dynamic in function. What is a dynamic basis? What basically a dynamic? A dynamic is what? Changing. In this dynamic environment, you need to accept everything. You have to be a dynamic. The people say, right, you have to be a dynamic. Management is also a dynamic in function, because it has to adapt itself to the changing environment. For an example, there was old era. In old era, what used to happen? If you want to say, if I want to talk to someone else, we used to write the letters. We used to post it. It used to go, if I want to post it to Middle East or somewhere, it used to go after 15 days and but what does it happens now? It won't happen in that way, right? Immediately, even if you want to talk to your friend sitting in the US, you can immediately dial, because that was an era wherein the inventions were not happening. Still the era was not evolved that much, right? A management is also a dynamic in function. As the changes comes, you got to adopt those changes and move on. Now currently, right, the era is of all robotics, artificial intelligence, these all things. I hope that you guys are aware. Initially, even in hospitals, the operation used to be done by the doctors, but now the things has changed so much. Even the robots have come to operate the individual, the patient basically. So these all changes comes in, and the management also evolve around it. They cheat, they upgrade. Okay, for a software engineer, it is like a best example. Earlier there used to be languages like C, C++ and all those things, but now the new language, the Python has come in. You have this chat GPT. They need to upgrade themselves. So what I mean, I'm just trying to what I'm trying to, guys, by this taking your topic, I'm trying to give you the live examples, what happens in the organization, so that when you pass out, right, it's not only like you just need to sit here, write this theoretical part and pass, and you will get definitely, I'm telling you, you are going to get the whatever the required marks you are expecting in your exam. But the understanding of the concept is very important. If you don't understand the concept, and just listen to it and go out, it's of no use, because this is a kind of a subject which you have to implement in your daily life as well. Because and you are a commerce student, and this is a topic which is helpful for you even after immediately after passing your graduations, whether you take if you go for your graduation or a CA, whatever it is. Okay, these all things are necessary. Getting it? Coming back to the topic, management is a dynamic function. Hope this is clear. It is dynamic in nature, because any changes you got to accept just like this. Now, for example, you just now, recently you would have heard about the Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk, who is he? Elon Musk. Now he is a CEO, he has taken care even at Twitter as well. So even he fired so many people because there was a change. There was, the people were, not adapting to the changes as per the current industry era, and he has fired many people. This is just an example I'm trying to give you. So he adopting, to all the changes and accepting and evolving it, is one of the function of the management. Okay. For example, okay, earlier we never used to have this small what do you say, food counters like McDonald's or Pizza Hut, or what do you say, and Domino's. What's happening now? It is there, right? Earlier we never used to have, and the companies adopted that. We also adopted, right? Earlier we never used to have that pizza. We used to have rolling chapatis and all those things, right? But now we are doing that because we are getting evolved with it. Even the anything for that, fast food or a McDonald's or anything. Okay, that's just an example. That is about the dynamic function. Okay. Now coming to the next characteristics, a management is intangible force. Okay, a management is intangible force. What do you mean by intangible? Intangible is nothing but management is in force that cannot be seen, but its presence. Do you think, can you go to the management, do you see and shake hand, hey management, my name is Waseem, oh I am from so and so, this is what it is? You can't do. It's an intangible. It is felt. That's the reason why I give you the first example. Why do you think that there are the most successful companies in this world? It's all because of the good management. Management is felt. A group of people managing the organization effectively, what you feel, right? For example, I'll tell you one a very related example. You go into your bedroom or a living room, okay, and you see your books, your TV, your computer, your laptop, everything is being shattered here and there. Okay, this is one room. And next room there's one more room wherein your brother's room or whomsoever room, everything is being arranged in a proper, books are there intact, computer is there on the table, and your laptop is switched off and it has been clean and kept it around side, and your sofa or a chair, it's very clean. So when you see both the pictures, you will see that this room was not managed properly because everything was shattered around. You felt, right? That's an intangible. You felt, right? You felt, wow, this, you felt, right? This room was not managed properly. But comparatively, when you see the other room, wherein everything was kept in and arranged it properly, and you felt it awesome. Wow, this room was awesomely arranged. Or what does it mean? You felt that feeling. That feeling is about the management. If the company is really doing good, everyone will talk about, hey, really management is really doing very good. If company shut down and if this sales, if they sell the company or someone, then they come up and say the the management is really bad. I think that's the reason they were not able to cope up into the business. Getting it, guys? So this was all about the characteristics. No, there's one more character. I'm sorry about that. Okay, there's one more characteristics, which is balance, efficiency as an effectiveness, which we have already discussed in it. As we all know that efficiency also has to be there and effectiveness also has to be there in the business, right? So you need to have that proper balance. If you don't have a proper balance, the company will be imbalanced. Getting it? Obviously, if the product, for example, if I'm purchasing this, if I'm manufacturing this mobile, okay, my target customer is what? A middle class guy. What a middle class guy will afford, okay, I'm just trying to give an example, okay. A middle class guy can afford this mobile for maybe a 8 to 10,000 rupees. Okay, now that's your target customer. I am sitting in a management position and I am designing a phone to the middle class. My target market is a middle class guys of Indian market, and our Indian mentality, how it works. I just need a good mobile in 8 to 9,000. They want a good mobile into 8 to 9,000. Now what if I'm sitting into the management, I have to decide, I have to design and manufacture a mobile phone within 8 to 8 to 10,000, which gives somewhat not too good, not Apple kind of a quality, or not a very low quality, in between, with a proper quality, which has a proper screen, which has a proper touchability, which has a proper speaker, which has a proper, a balanced kind of a thing, a camera or something like that. So what is that? So what are we doing? If I am targeting to the middle class employee, obviously the management will produce a product, which is achievable by the target market. Getting it? That is their objective. So the company has to manage keep a balance in efficiency and effectiveness to manufacture or sell their products into the organization. Getting it? Those all things. So management has to decide these all things before coming up or launching any business. Okay guys, so this is about what do you say, characteristics of a management. Okay, so moving forward, the next would be objectives of management. I think this is very easy. The objectives of management, let me check, part of your, okay, as you all know that there are 3 objectives basically. Okay, what is the objectives? One is your organizational objective, one is a social objective, another one is your a personal objective. Now we will try to understand in detail each objectives. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but these all are very interesting topics for the commerce guy. It has to be the interesting topic, guys. Okay, because this is something which you live as a commerce guy. Suddenly you should be able to understand what is business, how things work, how management work, what would be the organization's goal, what is the role of a finance department, what is the role of a HR department, what is the role of a marketing production department. You should understand this, get in, because you guys are a commerce guys. Coming back to the topic, objectives of management. The objectives of management has been divided into 3. One is your organizational and the social and personal objective. See, let's elaborate one by one. First one is your organizational objective. See, organizational objectives target on 3 things. I think one is your a profit. Getting it? What do you say? Is that the only one? No, right? One is your profit, then what? Survival. I think the first one is your survival, the second one is the profit, and the third one is the growth. Now, the objective of any organization is to, first of all, they want to survive into the market. They have to gain a profit as well after doing the business, and they have to grow as well. This is the basic objective. If you are opening even a startup, if you are not able to survive in 1 or 2 months, gone. It is of no use. Okay. And if you are able to survive and you are at the break-even point wherein the profit is also not happening, the loss is also not happening, you can survive for 1 or 2 years. But what happens after that? You will shut down. Ultimately, no one will do a job for free. Your employees are not going to stay with you. Definitely they will look out for a different company to go out, right? And the third one is the growth. If the growth is not happening, for example, you have one branch. Okay, I'm sorry. Currently you have one branch in a Bangalore, of any of your company, and what does the growth indicates? You want to also open another branch in Chennai or in Delhi or somewhere else. If growth is high, that is a growth. So management's objective, when the management sit and think, when they sit in the a drawing board while deciding those objectives, they have to think about these all things. One is, am I going to survive into the market? Am I going to get a ample amount of a profit from whatever strategy we are putting on the table, and am I going to grow the business or not? Getting it? These are the three aspects of the organization's objective. Okay. Now the second one is your social objectives. Now what is social objective? Every company, you might have heard about, every company has the social responsibilities towards the society, right? Like for an example, a chemical industry, has to be set up somewhere far from the village or far from the city, because the smoke which comes out from that, the gallons should not spoil the air of the city. That is your social responsibility, because you should not hurt the a people. Socially you have to be good. Like for an example, a poultry farm. Now poultry farm cannot be farm in a residential place, in a residential area. Okay, it has to be from somewhere outskirts from the cities, some 20-30 kilometers in the outskirts, wherein you do not have the residents there. An entire thing is kind of open field, wherein the smell of those things will not disturb the society. Getting it? That is one example of your social giving a socially benefit to the society. And for example, some big companies think that for underprivileged kids who are not able to afford, who do not afford enough money to pay for the colleges, who want to, there are so many companies, like you have Infosys Foundation, who take kids fees cost, basically the study cost of a students of underprivileged and the poor guys, or the people or the students who are below poverty line, or they have their scholarships. So what are they doing it? That's their social objective. They are achieving their social objective, right? They want to give it something to the society, because they are getting lot of profit from the society, and ultimately every organization also has an intent to give something to the society. That is also one example. Okay, so that is a social objective of a management. Okay, now the last comes is your a personal objective. Now what is your personal objectives? First of all, let me tell you, organizations are made up of a people like you and me. Okay, I have a different personality, someone has their own personality, and their objectives are also different. Okay, and they have the different personality, they have the different background, they are coming from a different experience. Okay, they all become one. Okay, so they all become a part of organization to satisfy their diverse need. When I say different needs, the financial varies are also different. For example, I think I gave you this example earlier. A freshers joining the organization, his objective will be completely different. He just want to enter into the market, he want to enter into the corporate and see what are the chunks of the corporate, how does it looks. You have all jazzy things, right? You have all jazzy in a corporate, which looks really good. And he want to enter and see. And the person with the 10 years of experience, he sees that, he want to get settled down after 5 to 6 years, and I want to get married. Okay, his salary expectations will be different. And the person who has 15-16 years of experience, he want to grow up of the cross the senior mid-level and go on top. So these all are the different objectives of a different kind of a people, or a different group of a people. Getting it? which the management has to consider and in their decision makings. Okay, this is nothing about your personal objectives, okay, of a management. So these are, hope I was able to what do you say, elaborate enough. But even if you guys have any doubt, any questions, okay, you can let me know in comments or anything for that. Yeah, I think any questions, whether even if it is silly questions also, it's welcome. If I know, I'm definitely going to tell you. If I don't know, I will research myself and I'll let you know. Okay, so this was all about for today. So let's summarize. We understood in management, what is a management, what is characteristics of a management, and the objectives of a management. You getting it? So by this, I want to say you thank you guys. So you can comment on my live session, okay, and subscribe to this channel, like the channel, okay. All the best. Thank you. Thanks a lot. God bless you.